Alright, good evening everyone. We're in for one final race in the no assist tier this season. And it is Abu Dhabi and pretty much everything bar the constructors, which I think is by the looks of it likely to be a formality for the Haas team. Everything else is wrapped up in this one, so we are having a little bit of a celebration, as I say, as a technically a decider on the constructors. But we've got, let's see, obviously John in. He should be scoring some big points for Haas. That's against obviously Adam in the Mercedes and Avenicus, who is reserving for the first time in no assists. So not to be rude at all, but possibly wouldn't expect big points in the Mercedes camp. Whereas John, of course, is our newly crowned champion. And so he'll be looking to make it a double for the Haas team. Season finale time. So as I say, everyone get your trays of donuts out. We are going for it in just a few moments' time. Of course, as per usual, Top Gun will join in quali. Looks like a full quali as a result of that. Everyone just do one run in Q1. I think we're going to have a few starting from the back as well, just for, you know, last day of school kind of vibes with the no assist gang. See exactly how it all works out. So yes, Top Gun, as we said, is coming in quali. Hello, Rich, and hello, Red Dragon. How are we getting on tonight? Of course, congratulations on the battle in Vegas between you two. Well done to my teammate Red Dragon. Well done. What a race Sunday indeed. Let's say we had cracking races in Las Vegas this week.
Record with the shortest time elapsed before picking up a penalty. He was caught speeding in the pit lane in practice for the 2006 Turkish Grand Prix, almost immediately after he exited.
Okay, let's get everything up and ready to go. Cool until the last lap. Okay, Rich, okay.
German Grand Prix with 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars line up on the grid. This was the infamous 2005 US.
Await, of course, the start of qualifying, waiting for people to get out onto the track. I think, as I say, we only need one run from each driver.
2014 ushered in a new set of regulations that saw us enter the turbo hybrid era of F1 car development. The biggest change being the engines, which we changed from 2.4 litre V8 engines.
We're not going to see any Max Verstappen type antics in the pit lane either this time, thankfully.
This came integrated complex digital systems such as ERS. The inaugural World Drivers' Championship is held in
This circuit, as we all know, has had a few changes made to it in its recent history. We know, obviously, of course, that the rounding off of what was the third chicane of the lap, obviously initially. About that, and okay, right, okay, there goes John. Oh. John Joseph obviously getting themselves disqualified. It was definitely starting from the back. There we go. Do what they need to do. So we are going to have a race from the back there. See who we've got on track. So we've got Smaller Smiley there, first out ahead of TD. So thank you to Smaller Smiley as well, division head on this tier. Thank you and congratulations for a lovely season in NA, I would say. Really, really good job, everyone here. And of course, thank you to the drivers whilst I'm thinking of it as well, because this has been an absolute... Oh, there we go, Smaller Smiley. That's going to hurt. This has been absolutely brilliant season for racing, definitely. It's been great to watch for every single spectator. Let's jump on with TD, who is going to end up setting a lap first of all after Smaller Smiley's mishap. You doing last to first? Yeah, we are definitely going Joseph and John at least. Top Gun by default, I think, is going to do that. There we go. Padge with the year subscription. Well done. That is commitment. Thank you for that, Padge. Incredible. Brilliant stuff. Tactical DSQ. I think there's going to be John starting behind you, Joseph. I think he made it first. TD, of course, continues. He's backed out of this. He hasn't turned his energy on, so unless he's done a stupid. May have done a stupid, to be fair, because he looks like he's going for it. Until that point, at least. The SQ start behind retirement. Oh, John. Oh, yeah, no. Fair. I thought John would do the SQ'd as well. Obviously, TD is through. I'm gonna assume literally most of this is just going to be getting a lap in. Obviously, it'll be a practice for a few, but nothing really kind of doing on this. Yeah, let's watch Adam as he comes around to complete the lap. Obviously through that double left-hander. And flattened that one out, but it's still a little bit off camber, a little bit awkward. The line there, Adam 24-7. Takes the top of the timesheets just ahead of Jay Clates at the moment. Said these laps, not necessarily the be-all and end-all. There we go, it's deflated the tyres out. Another last to first challenge going on there. A couple of guys kicking back to watch the qualifying for a change, I would imagine. Let's see where Avenicus is as he comes to the line. First into 23s and quite comfortably, to be fair. Very good lap from Avenicus there, the first real sighting we get of him in NA tier. I want to pull up the championship standings and do a little bit of working out now, because that was a lap that's much better than what I'd have expected straight away. Oh, let's see. In terms of drivers who have impressed this season, thinking about it. Honestly, I've been a fan of Ryan. I think Ryan's been brilliant TD generally has had some really good quality pace, just got unlucky in races a lot of the time, I've found. He's been, you know, great overall. That guy has obviously been kind of up and down, does find himself in some really kind of good positions with his quality pace at times as well. Of course, let's say I've got to mention John Deflated Joseph, always up there altogether. I'd say Ryan really has got into the mix since he joined, so I definitely do quite like that. I would call him. Oh wow, that Mercedes has gone straight off. McLaren's gone straight on. There's Padge. But yes, let's say I think I'd call him driver of the season if he'd been here for the whole season. Let's catch up with Greg, see what he's doing there. Again, Greg has kind of been, you know, steadily improving, I do feel. And been solid really more than anything else. Popular point scorer at all times, and obviously very, very nearly, I think, got that podium. A few races back, I think. Let's follow Greg through the final lap, just whilst final part of the lap, whilst I get everything all loaded up for points, as he runs very, very wide through the penultimate corner, gets away with it and goes to the line. 25.8 on the mediums for him. So it just needs a few to come out, set a lap and go back in, really. So it was in Mexico that Greg nearly got that podium. As I say, he will be probably looking for one tonight. There's going to be a lot of pace behind him, of course, but big chance for him. Is Padge gonna set as a lap? Not without putting the energy on, I don't think he is. No. Most underwhelmed. Joseph, you've been in and around, honestly. Barring barring a little bit, a little bit of a ding dong with a couple of others. A lot of them you've been in and around. And so I definitely don't mind definitely don't mind the season you've had. I wouldn't say it's underwhelming by any means. Probably for you, but that's your own high expectations. Yes, I'm going to pull up the gap for the constructors because it is still pretty close in these. I do wonder if there's a little bit of premature throwing away in John's camp there. Mercedes are only 10 points behind Haas. Still with an outside shot of the Williams of Jay Clates and Ryan as well. They are 27 points off of the top. It's 3.74 for the Haas team, 3.64 for Mercedes, and 3.47 for Williams. We've got 2 Williams, we've got 2 Mercedes, and we've got 2 Haas. So we've got maximum armoury going at this for all teams involved. I feel a lot of these drivers are pretty much just waiting for the end of this session. We've got 3 cars running at the minute. So PD's just getting some practice in by the looks of it. So you might know who to follow because you don't know who's setting a meaningful lap. Let's see whether Padge hasn't danced off to do any donuts yet. There's Top Gun. Yeah, is anyone gonna really send it here, do we reckon? Probably not. Padge comes back in, TD's on track, but he still hasn't unleashed the energy. And there goes Padge, so 2 to retire out. Top Gun makes it 3, of course. Pretty much just waiting it out now. It'll get interesting in the next session, I promise. Give it 5 minutes or so. There we go. Has anyone else got any takes of a favourite moment of the season? Anything like that there? We got any takers at all? Racers, spectators, you're all welcome to this. Say just give us a prompt. Favourite moments of the season. I think quite honestly, mine's either going to be an actual racing moment with the run to the line in Vegas, or I think as a comedy part, the deflated wheel and 10-10 kind of the drifting in the pits in Saudi Arabia. That was definitely quite a funny moment earlier on in the season. So Joseph lost the first sprint win in Austria. Yep, that's definitely a good call. Anyone's good, but last to first is something else. That was chaos, so Top Gun was ahead for quite a lot of that, I think. Obviously, I think had a Lando Norris moment at turn 1. That was definitely a good one in Austria. The sprints have been pretty decent, to be fair, all in all. TD getting some air, yep. Honestly, it didn't go unnoticed, Johnny. It just yeah. Trying to think of something else to say, but Air TD is off the track. 8 laps on those mediums now. It's a cracking effort in qualifying, to be fair. I don't know how he finds the time for that. We'll get another couple out of it if he's quick. And Top Gun retires straight out. So TD is the only one in the session. Just don't throw it in a wall. Hola, Snacks. How are we doing? But the Texas one was weird. That was the wet race with the dry tyres was very, very weird. As I say, that was a really weird one to call. You're expecting somebody to come in onto the intermediates and just tear it up, but it just never happened. Maybe it was just because Texas is so hot, the rain's hitting the track and drying straight away. That's what we'll pretend it was. Here's the race to the line for TD. Is he going to get an extra lap in? I think he will, but if he doesn't put it in the pits or mess it up. What's he going to do? He's going for one more. 3, 2, 1. He's through. Another practice lap for TD. Still not going to put the energy on for it, though. You say TD's such an old man and he's taking the old track. I'd like to see how he does the chicane at turn 9 now. I don't think he's okay. I think Novitek is going to do that, and I think, to be fair, Novitek will get shouted at. Off he goes. Yes, go on, TD. Go on. Get the donuts out. These are on 10 lap old mediums. The entertainer. Oh, there he goes, into the pits. Can't park there, sir. Yeah, hasn't had a single track limits yet. Well observed. Rejoin, come on. Try the chicane, try the chicane. Yes, there he goes. Brilliant. This is peak performance, isn't it? He's taking that corner a little bit narrow. Like he's, you know. Yeah, he's throwing it back. It's TD. I'm going to inspect the line. You've cut the corner, TD. Okay. Come on. Celebratory donuts, come on. No, I thought he'd do a Latifi. I didn't think he'd do a Latifi. I just thought he'd, you know. I don't know. I thought he'd do exactly what he did, to be fair. Just go for the old track layout. Now, would you like to sit here off board, or would you like to get dizzy? Oh, keep going, TD. You've got another 20 seconds. Boo. Boo. Well, there's Q1 over. Of course, on the face of it, is a, you know, it's a meaningless session, isn't it? Really. We've got, you know, what was it? 5 drivers who haven't set a time there. 6 drivers, sorry, I think. Yeah, 6 who haven't set a time. Of course, we're going to have a few last to firsts going on, so you'll probably see a bit of that in Q2 as well. But there we go. It's Venicus who tops the timesheets by 1.4 seconds in the Merc. Yeah, Joseph DSQ just so he could start at the back. But yeah, Venicus on the first time in no assists here. He is topping the timesheets and laying down a marker for the rest of these guys. Oh no, Joseph, time to test the theory. And thank you for the sub, TD. 11 months in a row. Nothing like subscribing just to see himself doing donuts on a track. Quality stuff.
The record for the most cars in one race was achieved at the 1953 German Grand Prix, 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars left.
Debate on what sort of practice he was doing. There we go. So we are 14 in Q2. Of course, Joseph doesn't come back in.
I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill, and Phil Hill are all previous world championship winners.
Yeah, Joseph, you get to test the theory in the race. The Discord server theory.
McLaren here today. In recent times, they've fallen to somewhat of a midfield team. The last time the constructor won a world championship,
starting at the back and staying at the back more like. And what is going on here? oh, there goes the Alfa Romeo. Donuts from deflated. I'll let you sit here and get dizzy, shall I? No. Well, you're going to get dizzy anyway. And I think the Haas and the Aston Martin around there as well. Oh. Coming through, TD. I think that is the Haas as well, just behind. Is that, well... We're off onto the chicane. Tyre warm-up hack. I think this is tyre blowout hack. Is this one? Angry Corgi goes past. No, it doesn't count if it's for deflated snacks. It doesn't do anything. Oh, and that is Angry Corgi and oh no, sorry, John. I think it's being joined by deflated there. Dangerous drive. Joseph, I think that's your inner steward, isn't it? I'd love to see someone clip the stream and say that. As there goes deflated again. John close by, I'll always say. Where is he? There he is. Go on. Go on, John. Bust a move. Well, yeah, I could have done it during Q1. Decided not to. Decided to have 18 minutes of staring at a screen. The best way to keep an eye on John at the same time. As Salty goes top of the timesheets. We're not watching that. They're trying to DSQ. Well, just drive into a wall. And Venicus there. Fair play. 22.7. I'm sorry I didn't get any of that lap on there because I'm watching these two Muppets. There's, well, can't park there, sir. Ooh. Yeah, it's John anyway. As an Angry Corgi's going to come around to these two Muppets. Next. Venicus sweat. Well, I think Venicus is practicing, really, to be fair. Yeah. He is going to be proud of it, but to be fair, Mercs have still got something to go for. So, yeah. Merc and Haas are still fighting for the constructors, so it's working in Venicus' favour to actually give it a go. Fireworks going off outside my house. What on earth? Can't be anything that special. Top of Q3 is the suggested poll. Can anyone shovel a poll up, because I don't get that power on Xbox? Here we go, Adam in, Merc coming to the line. And 24.8 for him there. That's was he a 10th off of Salty. I just put a good lap in at the 24.6 there as well. Obviously it's a Venicus from TD at the minute. But we also know that I think we're only really going to lose one or two other drivers in this. Well, we'll be looking at the spots that Greg, Ryan and Top Gun are currently occupying. That guy is, of course, having a bit of a practice as well. Anyone out on track to do us any donuts yet? TD's doing something weird. Is he going to see how long he can do these soft tyres for, do you reckon? Low max 100%, dare you? Okay. There goes Adam, energy still blazing on. He's limping home. And Adam retires out. His job's done. And up goes Greg there. Good lap from Greg. 24.3. Still obviously fair way off of Venicus at the top, but again this session not meaning a massive amount to a few of these drivers. Until he retires out. That guy has done a decent lap on 3 lap all mediums. Really throwing his hat in the ring for a potential pole there, I would say.
24 races a year, we can expect the 2000th GP to happen around the year 2064.
Johnny B, that's pole with an E, right?
Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of a GP at just 18 years and 228 days old when he won the 2016 Spanish GP. Coincidentally, he pushed Sebastian Vettel.
There we go, retired out Ryan there.
In that same race. British constructor Arrows never won a
Top Gun still yet to set a lap. Anyone else is either retired out with the intention of starting at the back, or has set a lap as Top Gun goes out. So we're only losing one driver who sets a time in this session. We're not losing any drivers. I can't count. It's 10th place. You're all through. Retire out. Go home. Small smiley. Cannot believe we wanted full qualifying for this. We only have one session of donuts. I'm going to rip you for that. All of you. There we go. So Johnny's popped a poll. Johnny has registered a poll. Who is going to be the top of the Q3 session? Because it is sure as hell not going to be John, Ryan, Top Gun or Deflated Wee. And nor is it going to be Joseph Hales. Pretty sure Avenicus might be the favourite here. Yeah, Top Gun's just sent a picture in his stream. The cat is right next to him. There we go. Salty pops a lap in to get him up to third. Nicely done there. Hello, Steely. How are you? I can say, if you've joined right now, you have not missed a massive amount. Honestly, we're having a race at the back between John, Ryan, Top Gun, Deflated, and Joseph. Everyone else who set a time in this session is 3. Salty has been there, done it all. He's sorted. Angry Corgi's on another outlap. I'm all right. I'd say these lot are just boring me. They only gave me 1 session of donuts as well. Would you believe it? 15 in the first qualifying session. It ran the full 18 minutes. It ended up with TD doing the full track layout from the previous layout. No sign of any donuts in Q1. They've all done it in Q2. So the poll is up. Who is going to be on pole position? Who's gonna grab that? We've got 4 written options and a somebody else comment button. Venicus, that guy, TD, Smaller Smiley, or as I say, any other driver you feel will get on pole. They aren't giving everything. It is the last race, you're right. Thanks for the follow, Mark. Yeah, let's say we've had some donuts at the beginning of this session. So John and Deflated have shared a few. Question is, who wins the AT2 championship? We find out on Sunday. It's not going to be me, not unless there's some points deductions, but you know. We'll find out on Sunday. We'll see then. Oh, Discord's glitched out. We'll find some results there. Padge is out on track. Has invalidated a lap. It's just him and Salty to retire, and we'll be just about there. Yeah, if I'm honest, Steely, I've not looked at the standings in forever, so I really couldn't cast any judgment. Marlboro, Steely, Matty. Johnny, you're ambitious. I'll give you that. Steely, my money's on you. As we end Q2 nice and early, we're going on for final session of qualifying now. As I say, every driver who's set a time has got through to Q3. So we've got 2 Mercs, Haas, 2 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, Williams and Alpha Tauri, and Aston Martin. That's that there. Avenicus again top of the timesheets. That guy getting within half a second on some used mediums. And the bottom 4 all setting out. Oh, setting no time and retiring out. So this one, I said Q2 might mean something. Q3 might mean something. You might see some drivers actually going for it. How about that? How's that for some entertainment? Pressure's off your side. No, I think you get it, T. I think you get it, Steely. Honestly. As long as we don't go back to season 4. Imagine doing Q3. I honestly don't know what to expect. So start at the back. Well, that's that happened. Not. Maybe he's just going to go to the back after lap 1. Maybe he'll just take the old layout. Let's say everyone filing round. And TD is going to be the first, potentially, to give it a go on this Q3 session as we waste away a little bit more of our lives here. 10 to go in the session. And wonder if we will see. There's a conversation about cats going on in Discord. You know, that gives you a picture of where we're at in this tier at the moment. Here goes TD. Energy on. Set of soft tyres. He's going to give it his all to pop a time on the board. First sector is 17.4. Probably is about as quick as we've seen, I'd imagine. I don't think we've seen much pace in this one. It's barreling down the straight. DRS, of course, wide open into what is a nasty little corner on this game. Chicane is pretty horrible to drive. I think that's going to be one that I'm not going to get a hold of for Sunday. There we go, and through the curve, and round to that flowing turn 9. Absolutely love the design of that corner. Just don't like the context of what happened there in 2021. Round out to this sped up section here as well. A couple of flattened out corners. Take that penultimate corner a little bit closer to the inside. TD sets the benchmark with a 23.3. Nice stuff there for the Aston Martin driver. Avenicus is starting one. Smaller Smiley is finishing one. And goes for a 23.2. Adam on a 23.8, half a second off. As here comes that guy. Not with a valid one on the board. He's going to go again in just a moment. Jay Clates in the Williams. Up to 4th there again. A little bit of an off-pace lap. And Greg taking 3rd in there. 23.7. A little bit of a gap in there. Of course, it's a little bit more of a mixed-up order for Q3. We've got a few drivers who we, of course, don't usually see in this session. So, and there goes the Ferrari. That's smaller Smiley at that corner again. No, it's salty this time. There's an angry Corgi. Nips just under the 25.5 second mark. And that was Avenicus there. Just to pan around to see where Salty was. Avenicus losing the back end. As we then have the TD coming into the pits. Let's track around with Jay Clates. See what he's doing. Not a massive amount. That guy! There we are. Good lap from him with a 22.6. Gets him well into the mix there. So his qualifying pace this season, I think, has warranted a pole. To be honest, he's been very, very quick at some tracks this season. Kind of a good driver for being in and around it. Greg, of course, goes in, everyone filing in after their sort of first runs there, and Angry Corgi is way offline as we cross under the hotel. And nips in just into the inside of turn 16 and into the pits. Patch follows him in. That guy is obviously still going around on track. And Salty has got out early to try and get a lap in on those new soft tyres. Just him and the Venicus who haven't set a time yet. A little bit of a spin from both of them at the same corner of turn 14. The fourth, God help us, the Latifi corner. So Salty is out. Jake Clates, I believe, that is on the way out as well. And another driver with not with a representative lap time on the board. It will be Salty, of course, who gets the first go. Down the straight, we have also got TD and Greg both out on track. So 4 on the tarmac at the moment. All of them, of course, on those red marked soft Pirelli rubber tyres. So will we see any donuts, intentional or otherwise? We do wonder. Here comes Salty to get his lap going. So that's the energy going and gets himself on the way. Turn 1, 2, 3. Obviously, whoa, a little bit of a brown trousers corner when you see a car coming out of the pits. There's turn 3. I think Salty might have experienced a little bit of that, taking the hairpin with as much pace as he can get away with. So I think that McLaren will have definitely been within the eye line at the point of Salty coming around that corner. On his own with a bit of decent pace at the moment, though. Salty keeping on the shortest run through towards that long left-hander of turn 9. What a corner that is. What a corner that is. A triple right and then a double left and then a double right, and lap finishes from there. Clinging onto the line at Latifi corner there was Salty. Not doing so much clinging in the final part of the lap, comfortably in. And up to 4th with 23.5. Decent attempt there, I will say. But Jay Clates on a run. Really throwing it around in that Williams. As I say, he's still got an outside chance of being part of the championship battle, Jay Clates, in terms of the constructors. Self and Ryan, if they can completely clear house and everyone else retires, they can win it. This is going to be one where we get the calculators out mid-race, potentially. Let's see. 24.0 for Jay Clates, so keeping him in 8th. There as TD pops up across the line with a 22.8. Good lap there. Venicus is on an out lap, and an Angry Corgi has begun one. Let's follow him round. As I say, he will be another part of this championship battle for the constructors. So he'll be wanting good qualifying to offset the fact that his teammate is going to start off the back. Through, and as I say, this is a horrible couple of corners to get right there. You do have to be so careful on the throttle when you exit that chicane. Too little, and of course you're too slow. Too much, and either the back end is out and you're spun around, or you are off the track over the curbs onto the AstroTurf and invalidating your lap. Got to get it just right. So, Angry Corgi keeping it between the lines again, steady so far. Through to the line. It does improve, of course, but 24.3 is all she wrote for an Angry Corgi. Go, Padge has invalidated his lap. Next one through, TD is not on one. That guy definitely, well, definitely I thought was, but that guy has got out the tasty treats on the final corner. It's not the best of places. It's a little bit further away, that's better. As that guy picks up a bit of dust, we're going to follow a Venicus who has topped the first 2 sessions. What can he do? In terms of the time, it's a 22.5, and Venicus takes the provisional pole position. Small Smiley up to 4th there on the completion of his lap there. That guy does come through, finish off his tasty treat fest as an Angry Corgi outbreaks himself into turn 12. He is the only one left out on track who is yet to complete the session, so that would have been the first pole position for that guy, but stolen away from him by Venicus on his NA debut. The stuff that fairy tales and dreams are made of, and it does keep Mercedes in with a very good shot in the constructors. Can Venicus maybe contribute to finishing the job that 1010 and Adam have started? Tops the timesheets, reserving for the first time by 7/100ths of a second to that guy. TD taking 3rd with 22.8, narrowly edging out Smaller Smiley for 4th. It's Ferrari's 4 and 5, Greg in 6th, Adam 7th, Padge 8th, Jay Clates 9th, and an Angry Corgi starting in 10th position there. Aha. You won, Johnny. You won. Congrats. Well, without any practice, it isn't too bad indeed. You're right, but obviously we've got 5 big hitters at the back. Yep. GG Venicus. First pole. There we go, first pole in this tier. if he wins the Constructors for Mercedes, he won't even be credited for it. He'll know in his heart of hearts that he won the Constructors for Mercedes if he does it. That's this is one where John may regret the starting from the back thing. So depending on how Ryan and Jay Clates do, they could still be in with a shot. We'll see if some other very strange things happen with the rest of the grid. Does Abu Dhabi consume? I'm assuming you mean fuel consume. I haven't got a clue. Oh dear. Disconnecting there. Yeah, let's say I wouldn't have a clue so far, Red Dragon. That's something you figure out later on in the week. Just mentally. Well then, Steely, well then. So there we go, just a few minutes out of starting here. Going at 29, so we've got a couple of minutes left to go. As I say, big thank you to, of course, everyone who was running the stream or running the league while we do wait for this. So, I'd say big ups to John for taking the Drivers' Championship. Big up to my mic for being the bookiest thing that I own. As I say, Constructors' Battle still on the line as we go through to the final race start this season. And let's see. In terms of sign-ups, we do have Season 6 sign-up all ready to go. So obviously if you're in the Discord server and you haven't yet signed up, do take a look at Season 6 sign-ups channel. If you are not already in the Discord server, message Padge. Message Pajestic, because we know he's here. He loves getting messages from you guys and say, want to come and race? So by all means do message him, but we are obviously going again next season. All the details of that will be finalised in January. We are not doing anything else in December after the end of the season, so a bit of a break for Crimbo, and come back in January when we're all a whole lot fatter. As we are ready to go for the final Grand Prix of the season. We have 5 red lights on, and we are away. Avenicus on the left, that guy on the right. Decent start by both, by the looks of it, at the front there. Avenicus has got away really, really well. Leads into turn 1. And that guy still holding station. An Angry Corgi has ended up round on the first corner. That guy coming under pressure from TD just behind. TD going for the outside of the hairpin. as a battle ensues behind as well. TD has just about got that guy, but Venicus has moved over to try and tow him past TD. TD is through, and TD's through on Venicus. Lead goes to the Aston Martin driver, and what on earth is going on back there? Let's watch that. As Adam and Greg battling through on there. Greg obviously just about holding station. Adam with John for close company as he tries to surge through the field. Deflated and Ryan going hammer and tongs at it together. Deflated on the inside as we approach turn 9. Ryan going all the way around the outside there, and if he has pulled that, which he has done, that is a fantastic move. Brilliant stuff there from Ryan as he then jumps Padge into 9th. John already up to 6th there, and Constructors title well in mind for him. TD comes through and completes lap 1. There we go. See, pretty much everyone on the mediums bar Salty, Greg and Smaller on the hards. And Joseph on the softs going completely differential there. Smaller Smiley's up to 3rd, by the way, and a good start for him. That guy has put it in reverse. John is going to be next to close him down in 5th place with a good start from the lower ranks of the field. Have Smaller Smiley and that guy going side by side. Smaller Smiley maintaining position on the inside as the Alfa Romeo there deflated. I think it looks like him and Ryan might have had a little bit of a tangle. Joseph jumping in and pulling through, as well as Top Gun getting ahead of Deflated Wee. And Joseph's taken a lot of them up into 9th place there for the Aston Martin. Looking back up through the field, Greg is being closely tailed by Adam. Adam will definitely need to be getting up the field, and Avenicus has retaken the lead, so he is in prime position for the Mercedes right now. As we say, 10 points is the difference needed to level it, so Mercedes 11-point difference to win. And currently they do have that and a bit more, so Constructors goes to Mercedes as it stands after lap 2. 29 in total though, as Joseph jumps Adam. It's only going to start to look a little bit squeaky bum time as if and when John gets up to about 3rd place though. He has taken Smaller Smiley as the basement starters begin to climb the field. And Joseph going wheel to wheel through turn 9 with Greg. Greg backing out quite wisely there. A little bit of a ding-dong going on behind. Ryan, Top Gun deflated, all on the same bit of tarmac again. And that is Top Gun, I think, into the back of Adam, I think that was. Or was it Ryan? Let's see. Top Gun definitely gave somebody a shunt there. John takes fastest lap. He's just half a second off of the back of that guy now. He will find himself in P2 before he knows it, really, won't he? He'll be hunting down Avenicus, who is looking for a win on debut, but more importantly is looking to secure a Constructors' title. Both of the teammates of these drivers are out of the points as it stands. So it would still go to Mercedes as it is currently, but John is bearing down on the podium positions. He comes through side by side with TD. TD trying to defend inside the chicane. John just about has got it, but they still are together. Both still with the DRS, but John with the line of least resistance on the inside gets the move done on into turn 9. Constructors level as it stands. And down the field we do have Ryan, Greg deflated and everyone else kind of in tow behind there. The Constructors isn't level as it stands, I should say, because Adam has jumped back up into 10th. So Mercedes currently win it by a point. And there we go, that is a cutting of the corner from Greg there. We watched deflated come through, but let's say Greg really jumping through on the inside of turn 3. Presumably a brown trousers moment on the exit of 2. Adam's still holding station in 10th. Still with DRS as well. John is still in 3rd. With about a second to make up to get to that guy, who is currently within DRS of the leader of Venicus. How's Venicus winning? I don't know. That's superhuman, apparently. Got TD trailing now, John. And he's looking to stay nice and close to the Drivers' World Champion. Potentially be able to help out the Mercedes cause. A complete DRS train going on. And spacing out just a little bit. TD will be wary of losing the DRS to John, and I think he might well have done. He has, he's not getting back in there, and he is flashing already low on energy. Which is going to open the door for Small the Smiley, would imagine, here. He pursues the Aston Martin ahead of him and sees if he can maybe go after the Ferrari-powered Haas of John. Angry Corgi is well back and well out of it, so he's not going to be helping the Haas cause unless we get a safety car. Greg is through on Adam, and Adam, ooh, tickling the back of that AlphaTauri. Nearly having a big accident. The smallest Smiley goes to the inside of turn 9 on TD. Is he going to hold it though, TD? He has got a better run for the outside of the turn, inside of 10, inside of 11, gets a track limits penalty. Going too far on the inside of 11. We're still going as we go under the hotel. You don't see this too often. Small the Smiley around the outside of TD. He's got the move done. Just out of turn 12, out of the Latifi corner. Well, turn 14. And now TD has got his teammate Joseph Hales for close company on those soft tyres that he may be looking to bin off quite soon. Meanwhile, in the front, we do have that guy in the lead at the moment, which does put the championships firmly back in Haas's hands. But Venicus is pursuing with DRS that McLaren. Again, we'll want to get this move done rather quickly to avoid the imminent threat behind. As they approach turn 9 here, inside Venicus. Gets in, makes that road his, gets the move done, and holds it on the insides of 10 and 11. Back in the lead from the Mercedes. Levels up the constructors once more, but that guy is now under big pressure from the Haas car behind of John. And what Mercedes really will need now is for Adam to start jumping up the order and getting some points on the board. Currently just within the second of Greg. Greg's about 4.6 back off of some of the bigger hitters up top who are having a good battle in the midfield at the moment. Deflated to the inside of the hairpin. Takes TD. And Ryan's gone through with him as well. Good move there by both drivers. Avenicus and John, and we're having a three-way fight for the lead. That guy is involved also. That guy cuts the chicane, gets a time penalty for it, and John takes the lead. And as it stands, has the championship in the bag. But Avenicus is going to come back. Looking towards the outside of turn 9 here. The Haas is in the side of him. The Haas is behind him. Still just ahead is Avenicus. And he holds on. Gets that lead back. Fends him off very, very well. Would not tell this is his first NA League race. No chance. As we have yellows in Sector 3 briefly. Clear there, but it is Adam who is off, and that is, again, really not going to help Mercedes. They're currently looking for a safety car, I do think, to give Adam a chance and get him back into this. Williams' cause is shot at the minute, it has to be said. Ryan in 7th, nowhere near where he will want to be. John's got a cracking exit off the hairpin. And he's got that move done just as the DRS opened. Takes the lead. Avenicus still close in tow. And he'll be looking to come back at the Haas on the next DRS zone. Rear wing wide open on the Mercedes there. Can Avenicus get close enough to pull another move? Is look towards the outside and stay patient, I think, there. John fends it off well. Parks it just as they enter the corner. And really doesn't give Avenicus any other option than just to stay behind. Stay composed and wait it out for another lap or two. As Joseph and deflated that smaller Smiley in the wall at the Latifi corner. He's had another spin. He had that moment on his outlap in Q1. Good smaller Smiley. His teammate had it on a lap in Q2. Would have needed it in Q3 to complete the set as smaller Smiley retires out in the pits as a result. Season ending prematurely for the Ferrari driver. It was an artistic interpretation on donuts, I would probably say. It's back down the back straight we go. Avenicus and that guy. Both in tow with John. Both will have DRS. That guy does have a time penalty on the board. Avenicus looking for another chance to get around the Haas. Can he get close enough? Not quite. Not even with the DRS is he getting close enough. Smaller Smiley's car's been let out of the pits, so he is on the track and just quickly cleared up as Avenicus gets a track limits penalty. That guy's come into the pits early for an attempt at an undercut, but that is another big fatality in the way of the constructors for Mercedes, you have to say. John's looking like he is going to complete the clean sweep. Joseph comes through in 3rd and the rest of the midfield coming on in as well. That guy's going for a 2-stopper. There's a set of soft tyres on that McLaren. That's, well, slightly different strategy in there from that guy, and it's good if he can make it work and if he can catch Jay Clates at a convenient time. Suddenly looking a lot more rosy for the Williams of Ryan, but he is currently under attack from 3 cars behind him. Deflated, Top Gun and Joseph all of them hunting him down. I've seen a fair bit of this season. 4 cars, all on the same piece of tarmac. Limestone through turn 9 there. Keeping it all together. As there goes that guy on Jay Clates going up to 9th place. And he'll need a big stint on these softs. Imagine he'll get a bit of passing done in these next few laps or so. Do have still John leading the race. And as a result, Haas leading the constructors. Venekus still hot on his tail though. 7/10 away. Keeping within the DRS zone. Will get another chance as they come around the hairpin. Adam gets a time penalty. Another shot in the foot for Mercedes. I'm counting them up now. They're mounting up quite quickly, these ones. Joseph a little bit wide on the hairpin is certainly going to give Deflated a bit of a chance to go at him down the back straight. Venekus is gaining a little bit, but not really getting anywhere near John still. Deflated. Darts to the inside and he's taken Joseph Hales. He's taken him out as he darted to the inside. And that is an Aston Martin without a front wing. It's Deflated feeling exactly that at the end of the straight. And that, I think, is symbolic of the season that those two have had. They've been close together on track almost all season long. Too close at times, just like that. And it's another one between Joseph Hales and Deflated Wee. But there's little doubting who may have been at fault there. Joseph possibly would have come in and got rid of those softs rather soon anyway. He's definitely going to come in and get rid of them now. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries a hard to the end of the race for this one. So that guy has set the fastest lap of the race. Jay Clates is obviously through on Joseph. Yeah, that guy, the only driver now on the soft tyres, and as I say, I'd expect him to make a fair bit of ground still. TD next up on the McLaren driver's radar. Joseph is going to come out just behind Salty in 11th place. After that somewhat unscheduled moment. Unscheduled pit stop. Still got Venekus chasing down John. It's got a little bit closer on this lap. Tune of a couple of tenths. Might make it a little bit easier if he can keep this gap when it gets down to start-finish straight. And we do have Deflated and Greg close together as well. Greg running it a touch wide as an angry Corgi retires out in the pits. So that is one Haas gone. So John does have to do it all himself, but is currently doing it all himself, and that is all that matters. It stands a win, and he cannot be caught. Not even by both Mercedes placing on the podium. Yeah, we've got a move coming on with that guy. He takes TD under the DRS at the back straight. He is on a charge at the moment. That's Joseph Hales gets a nice move off, I would presume, on Salty there. Of course, didn't see it happen. It's an odd place to make an overtake, turn 2. Done it to his credit. We've also got Top Gun and Ryan racing up close together. Getting to know each other once more. Top Gun blinking a little bit, running out of energy just a touch. Ryan preserving well. As Top Gun comes into the pits. Goes for the undercut on Ryan. There he goes. That guy already back up to 4th on those soft tyres and will be threatening Ryan very, very soon. Here goes Avenicus again, just getting a little bit closer to John. He's going to need a good exit off of the chicane to keep it within an overtake's range. Did falter a little bit on the way in, did the Mercedes. He's getting very, very close. Avenicus is really starting to put the foot down on John. I do wonder if he's going to come in anytime soon. These two currently the closest we've got on track, and they just happen to be occupying those top 2 positions. As John goes in. That's enough for the championship winner at the moment. As Avenicus was faltering on the curbs, the exit of turn 1. See where John comes out. He's on a set of hard tyres. I think he's going to be comfortably in 5th place there. I don't think he's going to be too bothered by deflated behind. Well, the whole pit stop on the Alfa Romeo driver already. He's making very light work of this, isn't he, John? As is the standard for him. As Jay Clates comes in. He's going to take a set of hard tyres to the end of the race. Does currently put the Williams in the mix at the moment. A safety car will make this title battle very, very interesting all of a sudden. But yeah, that guy did get a lovely undercut, but he is on a set of softs, so he is of course going to want to come in again. I presume he's going to sort of split it in half and come in a couple of, well, come in about 4 or 5 laps time and go to the end of the race on another set. He is pursuing Ryan with the vigour of an animal with a burnt bottom. As Avenicus comes in for a set of softs to go to the end of the race. He's done something different to John in all fairness. It's going to be very, very quick in the early phase of it. We know that much. John has undercut very nicely though. But that could be a real ticket back into this one for Avenicus if he can manage them in the later part of the stint. As that guy and Ryan then go together, looking for the lead, and that guy gets it under the DRS. Of course, those tyres 10 laps younger and a compound softer. He does get the move done and keeps the lead for now, does that guy. Ryan unable to catch through the DRS zone. Again, you'd imagine that Williams does come into the pits at some point in the very near future. Let's see where deflated we is. Not too far off of the back of Top Gun. Through back, yeah, part of the back starting gang really had a little bit of a decision as to whether to turn in for turn 12 there. I've lost him a fair bit of time, that one. TD being pursued by Avenicus. And TD being passed by Avenicus at turn 2. Wow. Okay. As I say, it's not often you see one there. We've seen two in one race. Joseph has done it. And now Joseph's teammate has had it done to him. Does give him the DRS though. He threw the back straight. Venekus is now going to be charging down on the Haas just ahead, the Constructors' title rival at the moment. TD has a bit of an argument with the car as he comes through that chicane. So we've got that guy still at the head of the pack. Lap 18 now, coming to a close. You would imagine Ryan is going to potentially come in for a set of softs in the near future. And those mediums, I would probably say, will be very much hurting by now. Going to keep it going for just a little while longer. He's maybe going to try and line it up with that guy and get him on pace alone. Just about holding on to the DRS though, but whether that will be the case through these two quick corners. Let's see, I don't think... Oh, maybe. I think he might well get it there, Ryan. So, let's see. Rear wing is wide open. He's got a little bit of extra pace there. We do have Deflated and Joseph. Oh no, not again. Joseph this time looking to be the one to pass. Deflated. Should get this one rather easily. So just whoa. A little bit of a move around. They've kept side by side through the chicane. Deflated has ended up going in, trying to defend it and running a little bit wide. Do wonder if that move across from Joseph was potentially something that he is signalling his displeasure at Deflated for the other move with. So, as that guy is coming in for the second stop of the race, and that's before Ryan has made one. As I say, those mediums will be hurting, and believe me, John is about to find out about that. He's going to try and dispatch him before we get to the hairpin. It's going to be close on who gets the DRS there. Might well be John. Ryan, as I said, is all over the shop at the moment on those mediums. Ryan is the one with the DRS. John is being hunted. I think probably is the bit that works well for John here, because Venekus is going to have to sit behind Ryan through the chicane. He's going to have to try and avoid accelerating into the back of that Williams, which will be going much, much slower than an F1 car on new rubber would be. Venekus does get through, and the top two are back together once more. John on the hards, Venekus on the softs, so you do feel like if this move is going to be done by the Mercedes driver, he's going to have to get it pretty soon before those red marked rubber fall off. So we have a yellow for the Ferrari of Salty out the hairpin. Nothing major there, just a little bit of an off. Swiftly sorted out. And the Venekus really staring at the back of that Ferrari gearbox there. Of course, the Haas team supplied by the Italians. TD gets a penalty. That guy's looking on for a podium at the moment. Whether he'll be able to charge to the back of these, we will have to see. Venekus was pulled out rather early from the slipstream of John there, potentially looking to get this move done into turn 9 instead. Relies on a good exit here though. Reasonably good. It's a half a second difference as the DRS opens. And closing and closing and closing is a Venekus. Riding on board to the inside of turn 9. And slashes through, gets to the outside. gets the move done. And the Mercedes heads the field once more. The cracking performance from Avenicus on debut, it has to be said. But, he will need a bit of help from his teammate at the moment if he is going to get the Constructors' title for the team that he won't even get recognition for getting the title for. We do wonder if we're potentially going to hit a point where this the soft rubber doesn't work as well. I think this might be rather soon. He's gone very wide out of the hairpin there, Avenicus, and he has really let John in. That's just a free DRS straight for the Haas. Had the lead for a moment or two, but nothing more than that. I wonder if Avenicus is starting to lose those tyres already, maybe. Looking a bit all over the shop. He is going to close as he gets towards turn 9. Closing. Gone for it! And he's spun them both round. The nick on the inside there by Avenicus. It was a very late one. John was already turning in there. I do just wonder, as I say, if it was a little bit overexcited there from Avenicus. Knew he'd have needed to have got the lead back then. Bit of an early move, but nothing doing on it. Do keep the order together. These guys are a whole lot closer to the front of Top Gun than they were, though. Yeah. Definitely too late. Ryan taking fastest lap and is hunting down Joseph Hales. Gets him really nice and easily. Just before turn 1. Of course, that fastest lap point does then go away from John. As I say, even if Adam was to come up to 3rd place, he still would not be able to get the Constructors for the Mercedes. It requires somebody other than John to win. Avenicus, while he's trying his best, we've seen he's definitely trying. It's looking like he might not be able to pull this off. His time is running out on those soft tyres. Let's see. I'm definitely having a look in the chat. They're saying that's looking a bit late. I think the term is a day late and $1 short, isn't it? As Brundle would say. So, it was a bit of a late dive at turn 9. Potentially, Avenicus could have just held on. Hasn't impacted him too much in the context of the lead. That guy could still get 3rd. If he's not careful, he could also be in in range of Ryan, who went very, very long, took a lot of pain on those mediums. Like I say, he's now racing through on a set of softs as well. Only a lap offset in favour of Ryan. But yes, as it stands, the Constructors' title is going the Haas direction. John is, well, taking this one quite nice and easily. And unless Avenicus can get past him and pull 3 seconds or more, he might need a bit more than that if John chooses to report a little bit later on. unless Avenicus can get through and pull a gap, it's going to be John John's title at the double. Who said Americans were good at right turns, eh? Okay, still watching these guys through as they are closest on track. Avenicus still chasing down, still within the DRS. And it's going to be these zones now, and potentially a mistake from John John on the lead up to one of them that will give him any sort of hope of getting through and winning it on track at least. He's performed well, definitely, Avenicus, and looks like he can be potentially somebody to really go and challenge the Haas driver. Potentially in future races, but for now, it's looking like it could well be. Oh, as Avenicus comes off! I was just talking him up. Commentator's curse, isn't it? And that is definitely championship in the bin as far as Mercedes are going. And coming for some fresh tyres, I think, Avenicus locks it coming into the pits. But that'll relieve John John of any pressure. And all he's got to do is take it home in first now. That guy up to third. Hunting down Top Gun for a potential second place. As I say, Ryan is well on the trail as well. Avenicus will come in. A fresh set of soft tyres to get him to the end. So he will have a go at fastest lap. But that is not how Avenicus will have wanted his NA debut to have ended after some really promising racing throughout. His pace was brilliant. Here we go with Jay Clayton deflated. Deflated really, well, getting through nice and easily there, you'd say. The DRS is with the Williams driver, of course, as he looks potentially to come back, but on those hard tyres he is going to call it a day. Can't imagine the exit is going to be really good enough to keep him with deflated as such, although he doesn't get the DRS again either. And that is that move, nice and easily done for deflated. His next target is Greg. Ryan really is pulling in onto the back of that guy. He told me that that guy would take third. It's not over yet. Got about 2.5 laps left, nearly. Or just over. There's still a fight potentially for a podium on here. Ryan is closing and closing hard. Avenicus obviously is on his fast lap attempt at the moment. It's going to be next lap that Ryan gets DRS. As I say, those lap younger soft tyres, you would imagine, will come into their own very, very shortly. That advantage will be on show for Ryan. It's Greg. It's passed by deflated wee there. It's down at the end of the back straight. So Ryan is within that DRS zone, that DRS range. If he can get third here, it could make it a little bit spicy for the constructors for second place. As Avenicus does get through on TD though. And fastest lap for the Mercedes driver. That will basically mean that as long as Ryan doesn't go on to second place, I think the Mercedes will still at least secure second. As Ryan, is he going to go for it? He's stayed patient to his credit, and that is something that Avenicus didn't manage to do at the end of this particular straight. Towards turn 9 we go. And Ryan is closing on that guy. He's not going to go for it. It's not desperation time just yet. This is the closest one on track as Padge gets himself a time penalty. Of course, that guy will still have the penalty to go on as well for track limits encroachments. So Ryan does get third no matter what, but it'll be nicer just for him to get it on track, I'd imagine. As that guy gets another penalty just as we bring it up. Another transgression of track limits there. Here we go to the final lap, final overtaking positions. Ryan is hunting it down big time. I hope John doesn't stop for too many donuts, because as I say, he could be in trouble if he does. Ryan gets the move done. His writing was on the wall from last lap onwards there for Ryan. That guy drops down to 4th. Could be in danger from Joseph behind, potentially, with penalties if he gets too many more of them. But what happened to Avenicus? He spun at Latifi corner, turn 14. Just jumped on the throttle a little bit too fast and came off on the came onto the inside wall just about. So he came in for another set of softs and is drilling it to the end. Currently does have fastest lap on the board though. But we are going to the line. This NA season ends on the standings as it does on the track. John wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Top Gun in 2nd place. And it is a double for the Americans. As Ryan, in the meantime, and that guy have both come together. And that has demoted Ryan well down the order, but he's still nipped in and got 3rd. Let's say John in the Haas taking double titles. The true American dream going on there is deflated. Gives up his 7th place to do some donuts. Greg in 7th, Jay Clates in 8th there. Taking some good points, of course, for Williams, but nothing that will really impact the championship too much. TD will come through for 9th. Unless he decides to stop, which he doesn't. Deflated's driving in circles. Salty's come through for the final point in 10th. Or in 9th even. TD's dropped. Keep going, Deflated. Keep going. No one else is doing it. Oh no, wait. Adam's there. Adam's there. Don't worry. Padge is on some as well. Lovely. Lovely stuff. This is Donut Central. It's like being on the coast at Great Yarmouth. There are donuts everywhere. Just don't know where to go to get the best ones. Adam's going to come through and take 11th. He's had enough. Deflated 12th, and Padge, I think, is still... Keep going, Padge, keep going. Oh, no. Driving the wrong way, disqualified. What an end. What an end to the season. There we go. So that's that one all done. We are, well, all sorted for the NA racing season now. And John, as I say, secures the double titles for the Americans, drivers and constructors, for the driver and the team from the country that we didn't think could turn right. So John can turn right and can turn left, and he can do it very, very well. At a real pace. And they are up there as he's celebrating, and of course it is his double title to celebrate. Top Gun came through 2nd, as I say. Ryan taking third and Joseph in fourth. So the top four starters, top four at the end, starting 11th, 13th, 12th and 15th. Avenicus on debut did get the fastest lap in the end, but after that little bit of a spin, came home in 5th. That guy in 6th after a promising beginning to the race. Greg in 7th, Jay Clates 8th, Salty 9th, and TD rounding out the points in 10th. We've seen some donuts from Deflated, from Adam, and from Padge, who was disqualified at the end rather hilariously. But as far as that goes, for Renee, that is all she wrote. So, as we said, let's say a big up to John, double title winner now. And congratulations to him and to his Haas teammate, an Angry Corgi. And like I say, a big congratulations to Avenicus, obviously on debut, taking a pole, taking a good result, and obviously fastest lap at the end as well. But yes, I say thank you to those involved, of course, running these leagues. As I say, Smaller Smiley, Greg, a lot who help out on NA. Of course, thank you to all the drivers turning up every week. I'll say in some numbers bigger than others. Like I say, we've enjoyed some brilliant racing throughout this season. It's been absolutely top form from a lot of you through most of this. So it's been a brilliant tier to watch. Absolutely. Thank you all, as I say, for turning up. Thank you to Keith for stewarding this every week. Getting a report out usually within 24 hours, the absolute machine he is. TD is bragging about his quality pace, probably on the old layout of the track. So thank you for TD for always coming out of the pits first. And like I say, we've had some cracking moments in this tier. Of course, you can go back and watch all the races on YouTube if you do want to reminisce on any cracking moments of racing, any funny commentary lines. I know I've said somebody is round, somebody is fat a few times, so that has happened. There we go. And obviously, in terms of the rest of the racing, it's all going to be decided on in January. All the post and pre-season streams will go on after Christmas. We're giving ourselves a little bit of time to get drunk, get fat, and come back later. But of course, we do still have an Assist Tier 1 on Thursday, presuming, of course, the technology works as it didn't last week, unfortunately. And we've got Assist Tier 2, of course, to round out the week on Sunday to see the season out. That's been obviously a turbulent season of AT2, but that one will definitely be worth a watch. So thank you from myself, thank you from obviously everyone at IIRL, coming in, racing, watching, anything that you do. It's been a brilliant season in NA tier, especially. But we will see you all in the new year for some more racing. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good one.